Hey, I'm Pamela, and this story is about my dad and how he went from being an ordinary factory worker to becoming a convicted criminal. Okay, 2 years ago, my dad announced that he had sold our house. My mom and I were both shocked because we loved our house, and how could he sell it without asking my mom for permission first? Well, my dad told us that he had found an incredible investing opportunity, and when it paid off, we would soon be living in a mansion. But instead of investing the money, he went to the casino and gambled it all away. Almost $500,000 gone in one night. And the only reason we found out about it was because he got so drunk after he lost the money that the police arrested him for getting into a fight with the bouncers at the casino. Of course, my mom was devastated. It had taken her and my dad 15 years to pay off the house, and now they had nothing. We were basically homeless with no money. My mom cried a lot because she didn't understand why my dad was suddenly behaving like a crazy person. Well, 1 week later, things got even worse. My dad got arrested again, but this time for lifting up the skirt of a woman and licking her ass. He did that inside a supermarket with lots of people watching it. Of course, he got sent to jail, and it was horrible visiting him there, seeing him with all those other criminals. When I asked him why he had done it, he said that he was possessed by a demon. Well, that was it. I was done with him. He had gambled away our home, attacked a woman, and he wouldn't even take responsibility for any of it. What made it worse was that we were living in a small town where everyone knows everyone else. That's why we couldn't leave our house anymore without people insulting us. The worst part was that I got badly bullied at my school. All my friends stopped talking to me, and some boys even asked me if they could lick my butt. None of my teachers protected me, and many of them even looked at me with disgust in their eyes, as if I had done something wrong. Well, at least my mom still cared about me, and that's why she allowed me to stay at home and stop going to school. But then my dad collapsed in jail with a crippling headache. They took him to the hospital and did an MRI. That's when they discovered an egg-sized tumor inside his brain. Suddenly, we had an explanation for why he was behaving so weird. My dad wasn't possessed by a demon. It was the tumor in his brain that was changing his personality, making him do all those strange things. I can't describe how relieved I was when I heard the news. I had hated my dad so much for ruining my life and hurting my mom, but now I knew that it wasn't his fault. Luckily, the doctors were able to remove the tumor, and since then he hasn't done anything crazy. Even better is that his lawyers were able to appeal his sentence, which means that he immediately got out of jail. Then he apologized to the woman that he assaulted, and of course he apologized to my mom for gambling their home away. Even though my mom forgave my dad, he's still working hard to make up for it. That's why every day when my dad gets home from his job, the first thing he does is yell, "Where's my beautiful and sexy wife?" Then my mom runs out to him and they kiss and hug for ages. It's so romantic. I guess I've learned not to judge other people, because we can never really understand what someone is going through. And even when they do something bad, there may be a reason for that we don't know about. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope you learned something, and let me know if you sometimes feel like one of your parents has a brain tumor.